Thank you for listening to Lone Star Community Radio. This program was broadcasted and recorded live from the LSCR studios in downtown Conroe, Texas. Lone Star Community Radio is supported by listeners like you. Donate and sponsor today. For more information on getting involved with Lone Star Community Radio, contact us at lscrstudios@gmail.com or visit us online at www.irlonestar.com.
Welcome to Veterans Air, the Veterans Hour. I'm your host, Douglas B., and you can listen to us, you can listen to new shows the first Tuesday of every month at 1 p.m. here on your Lone Star Community Radio. You can listen on FM like you're doing now, Facebook Live, YouTube Live, or wherever you get your fine podcasts. As always, a little housekeeping today before we get started. Guess I shut my phone off, huh? You can contact Veterans Air through our website, www.veteransair.us. You can leave us a message, you can send us email, or better yet, you can text us in the studio on our Google phone, 936-344-3083. The topic of today's show is remembering Memorial Day, because it is Memorial Day. Contrary to popular belief, it is not the day to go buy a new mattress. Memorial Day is the day that this company sets aside to remember our fallen heroes, our fallen military heroes. People ask me, well, what do you say to a veteran or a service member during Memorial Day? Because it's not for the veteran or active duty military. This is the day that we remember those that have passed. I suggest that you say, we thank you. We proudly will remember you. For today is the day that we celebrate the service, sacrifice, and selfishness of those that have gone before us. We can never bring back our fallen soldiers, but we can honor them with our daily activities and things that we do. And that is why, as you see, I'm in my VFW uniform today. I don't know when this is going to go out, but if it goes out early enough, you can head on over to the VFW today. In Candy Cane Park, we're having the Murphy Challenge, and our congressman, Morgan, will be there, and he's going to show off by doing as many pull-ups as he possibly can, and you get to compete against him in that and other events. And of course, there's prizes and drinks and all that other good stuff. Now, I've mentioned before about going to Arlington, and that everybody, if they get the chance, should go, because it is a humbling experience. I mentioned before that you should go see the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier and watch the changing of the guards there. Now, for military people or Army people, Marines, combat veterans, and whatnot, we think that when we die, we're going to go to Valhalla. I personally know that I'm going to Valhalla because I have a ticket. I have a ticket to Valhalla. Yeah, Dick's laughing over here. My wife actually got me this, my ticket to Valhalla, because that's where I'm going. Everyone says, well, you need to die in combat to go to Valhalla, Doug. And I have to ask you, what makes you think I'm not going to be dying in combat? Any day it could be. Now, Memorial Day, the day that we set aside to remember our fallen heroes. And if you go to the Oak Ridge Cemetery, you're going to see the American flag on the tombstones. If you go down to the Houston National Cemetery down there, you'll see American flags on all those tombstones. And who does that? Who goes out and puts all these flags? Well, I'll tell you, 2 agencies that do that, 3 agencies. Our VFW Auxiliary, the American Legion, and it's all done by volunteers. I was out at Arlington recently, back in April, visiting some of my fallen. And it still amazes me, no matter how many times that I've been to Arlington, that people in general don't know how to act. It's a cemetery. Purport yourself with dignity and respect. Memorial Day is one of the sacred holidays, if lack of a better word, for our active duty military and our veterans. It's the day that we remember those that came before us, because they paid the ultimate sacrifice. They gave everything that they had. And as Lincoln said, the last full measure of their devotion for this country. I just hope that when I go, people will say that about me, that he gave all that he had for his country. Now, I've been doing this show for 7 years now, I guess, and I do basically the same commentary for my Memorial Day show as I do for my Veterans Day show. So today, I'm not going to break that tradition. I'm going to read to you something that I wrote specifically for Memorial Day. And I would ask you that you listen to these words carefully, because this could be anybody. This could be somebody you know. This could be somebody you love. This could even be you. Let me tell you a story of a man I know. I'm sure he has a name. Everyone has a name. It could be Robert, Rob, Bob, or even Phil. But everyone around here just calls him Grandpa. Everybody in the small town knows him. He can fix anything with a can of WD-40 or a Craftsman wrench. You need your field mowed, Grandpa will show up with his tractor. Times get lean, and Grandpa will show up with eggs, a chicken in a bag of veggies from his garden. And he'd say to you, would you please help him and take this, because the damn chickens are laying too much and the garden is producing more than he can use. Grandpa. Grandpa's getting long in the tooth now, and I've never seen him out of those beat-up shore boots, jeans, and his old beat-the-hell hat that he wears. At his age, he never expected to be raising a child again, but here he is, raising his 4-year-old grandson. Grandpa calls me up one day, asking for a ride to the airport. I arrive early because he taught me, if you're on time, you're late. He's still getting dressed as I walk in. He was just slipping his shirt over his airborne tattoo. I've seen it before, but he doesn't talk about it. It's like him, old and faded, but you can still make out the 173rd Airborne. I stop and stare because I've never seen him in a suit before. Shut your hole, he says. You're catching flies. These are my travel clothes. As I pull away from the airport, I wonder where he and his small grandchild are going. But I was raised better than to ask. If he wanted me to know, he would have told me. He boards first with his grandson and settles down into first class. He removes his jacket, rolls up a sleeve, loosens his collar. He holds his grandchild in his lap. Others enter and look at him, an old man, long gray hair and a ponytail, and a small child on his lap. Some stare, some look, and some nod respectfully when they see his tattoo. The flight attendant comes by and offers drinks and snacks. She asks his grandson where he's going today. The child answers excitedly that Grandpa has taken him to see his daddy. The attendant smiles and brings the child some milk and strong black coffee for Grandpa. The attendant asks if his son lives in Maryland. Grandpa says, no. My son is with my men in Virginia. They got a nice plot of land out there, and someday that's where I'd like to settle down. The flight lands, and Grandpa and his grandson take a taxi. They stop at the mall in D.C. He walks, holding the child's hand to the wall. The child asks if this is where his daddy is. There are tears in Grandpa's eyes as he picks up his grandson and holds him tight. He whispers, no, he's not here, as a tear rolls down Grandpa's face. The child in his arms kisses the tears from his grandfather's face and says, there, I made it all better, didn't I? Yes. Yes, you did. Another taxi ride, and the child stares out the windows as it rolls through the gates and past perfectly manicured lawns. They get out and walk across those lawns with their rows upon rows of simple white markers that seem to stretch as far as the eye can see. They stop at one and stand before it. The child is silent. His grandpa taught him not to interrupt when adults are speaking. Grandpa looks at the stone and says, son, I've brought your son today so he can meet his father. The boy looks at his grandpa and asks, is this where Daddy is? Grandpa kneels beside the boy and says, yes, this is where your daddy is. You see, your daddy was a soldier like I was. He left to go fight a war because his country said they needed him. Your daddy died, but he was a hero. And this place is where our country lays our heroes to rest. But your daddy won't be lonely, for he's surrounded by other heroes. Why, just over that hill there's my friends. They were heroes too. The little boy asks why his daddy had to be a hero. His grandfather thinks for a moment, takes the child's hands, and says, your daddy didn't have to be a hero. He didn't have to be here. He didn't want to be here. He just wanted to love and stay with you. But you know what we do when a coyote gets in the hen house? How we hunt him down so all the other hens can live without worrying about that coyote coming back? The little boy just nods with tears in his eyes. Well, that's what your daddy did. There were some bad men, and your daddy, and a lot of other daddies and mommies, had to leave to protect their children from the coyotes. The little boy sniffs mightily and looks deep into his grandfather's eyes and says, when I grow up, I'm going to be like you and Daddy. I'm going to protect you from bad men and coyotes. Grandpa hugs the little boy and says a prayer to God and country not to let his grandson be a hero. Ladies and gentlemen, everyone that hears the sound of my voice, this is what Memorial Day means. This is the price that this country and its patriots paid for this day. It's a solemn day. It's not the start of summer. It's not the day for discount furniture. It's the day to remember what people paid, what patriots paid for, so that we could have this day. As you roll by the cemeteries today, and you see the stone markers, I would ask that you stop for a moment, reflect upon just how much they paid so that you and me could be here today. This is the meaning of Memorial Day. If you feel so moved to honor those that have fallen, I encourage you strongly to reach out to the VFW or to the American Legion and see how you can serve. If you're a veteran like I am, and you feel that you still need to serve, there's still a lot that we can do. We may not wear a battle dress anymore. Our battle rattle may be stuffed in a box in an old duffel bag in the closet, but we're still able to serve. Whether you love the current administration or hate the current administration, I don't care. All I care about is, do you love America? Are you still willing to stand for its freedoms and liberties? If so, I'd like you to get involved. If you're not sure what you can do or how you can serve, please reach out to me. Text me, call me, 936-344-3083. I will help you figure out what it is you can do so that next Memorial Day, you can stand there and understand, have a fuller understanding of what this day means, not just to you, but to those you love and all of America. This is a short show today because I just wanted to express to you my feelings of Memorial Day. I wanted to express to you why, as a veteran, I hold this day sacred. I want you to tune in on June 3rd for our next show at 1 p.m. I haven't figured out what a topic's going to be yet, but you know me, I'll rise to the occasion, and it'll be interesting and entertaining. I want to leave you today with this song from our friend Sailor Jerry. It's entitled, I'm Going Anyway. And you can download this song from veteransair.us or on iTunes. And while we're listening to the song, let us remember our brothers and sisters in uniform that today are still standing in harm's way to protect our liberties and our freedoms. If you are wearing the uniform, I want to say to you, I'm proud of you. I want to say to you, thank you. And until next month, stay safe and stay vigilant.
Wasn't happy when I raised my hand and swore to protect and serve this country when the devil was at her door. But Mama wasn't worried because she saw the